Why is nobody talking about Chinwuba Onumba, the native doctor that shocked the British and the world? In Igbo history, some names shine brightly, yet no one talks about them. Chinwuba Onumba is one of such figure, a very great Biafra or diviner whose extraordinary gift earned him recognition from an unlikely source, the British colonial administration. Unlike many traditional diviners whose feet remain within the confines of their communities, Chinwuba's skill was undeniable that the colonial authorities awarded him a certificate of merit in the science of divination, making him the first native doctor to receive an official license to operate during the colonial era. One of Chinwuba's remarkable divinations was about the birth of Nwafọ Orizu, who would later become Nigeria's second Senate president and acting president. In those days, it was common for expectant parents to consult the service of a Biafra to gain insights into their unborn child's destiny. Eze Oboyamba, eager to know what the future held for his pregnant wife, sought Chinwuba's counsel. After casting his afa, Chinwuba made 3 revelations. First, the child will be born on an Afo day. Secondly, an attempt will be made on the child's life immediately after birth. Thirdly, he will grow up to become a great man. Every single detail of this revelation came to pass. Nwafọ Orizu was indeed born on Afo day. On that same day, a pot of poison, Udonsi, was discovered at the birthplace, confirming the prophecy of an attempt on his life. And true to the final prophecy, he rose to become one of the most celebrated Igbo leaders of his time. One of the most important times in Chinwuba's life was his trial that shocked the British judge. Chinwuba's most defining moment came when he found himself in court accused of using sorcery. A family had visited him, desperate to know the fate of their sick patriarch. After consulting his afa, he told them to return home as the man had already passed away. When they arrived and found his words to be true, their grief turned into suspicion. How could he have known? They were convinced that Chinwuba had a hand in the man's death. They had him arrested. In court, the British judge, skeptical of his abilities, decided to put him to test. He presented an unbroken pod and challenged Chinwuba. If your afa truly reveals hidden truths, tell us how many seeds are inside this pod before we break it open. It was a tense moment. Chinwuba knew that this was more than just a test of his abilities. It was a test of the spiritual wisdom passed down through generations. He called upon his ancestors, invoked his ezumezu and cast his afa. Then, with absolute certainty, he declared, "Break the pod, you will find 7 seeds inside." The courtroom fell silent as the pod was broken. Exactly 7 seeds spilled onto the floor. The British judge was very shocked. He acknowledged that this was no trick or sorcery, but a skill worthy of recognition. In a historic move, he ordered that Chinwuba should be given a certificate of merit.